Welcome. You are now to another episode of the Global Latin Factor podcast where we talk about Latino everything. Thank you very much for being here. We're doing another amazing solo episode. Back to the solo episodes. In today's episode, we have a mouth-watery experience, a dish that's going to have you look for it. Drum roll. Pupusas. Yes, the rich history and cultural significance of pupusas in today's episode. So stay tuned. If you like pupusas, comment right now. Today, we're diving into the rich, vibrant world of pupusas. They are a beloved dish in El Salvador. We explore the origin, evolution, cultural significance, characteristics of pupusa. Wherever you are at, if you're the foodie or not, this episode is for you because you're going to learn more about it. First, the origin of pupusas, which is unclear, debated, and there's many different origins. Pupusas are significant in somewhat debated history and are believed to be from the Indigenous Pipil tribe of El Salvador about 2,000 years ago. Despite the myth and contribution around the world, the origin is not really exactly of where it came from. However, they are originally from El Salvador. Most likely, though, the origin, however, Nahuatl language means stuff. Originally, they were made in a simple ingredient like corn masa filled with staples such as beans, squash, and herbs. Over time, however, as the new ingredients were introduced, the pupusas evolved. By the 1570s, meat such as pork became a common filling. Another alternative story, as I mentioned earlier, there's various and they're debatable. For instance, some believe that the pupusas were introduced by the Mayans and the Spanish civilization, which introduced the new ingredients like cheese, loroco, and tropical flower buds. I don't know if you knew that, but some of them were made. Another story involves the Salvadoran Civil War in 1980, where many Salvadorians fled the country, bringing pupusas from various parts of the world, spreading their popularity. Let's dive into the cultural significance and evolution of pupusas as a symbol of Salvadoran identity. Pupusas have become a symbol of Salvadoran identity. Why? Because they reflect a national diverse culture, heritage, and enjoyment by the Salvadoran community worldwide. Initially associated with a rural lower class, pupusas gained popularity across social status. They are now a staple celebration, family gathering, and street food markets all over the world. The evolution over time, the art of making pupusa involved a skillful hand molding of masa into a thin, round dish, which then is filled with your desired ingredients. Pupusas are generally cooked in a hot grilled comal, and is achieved a golden brown perfection. Modern pupusas feature various fillings, including cheese, bean, chicharrón, which is fried pork, and revuelto, which is a mix of cheese, beans, and chicharrón. Now, characteristic of pupusas as a traditional dish, a pupusa is a thick grilled cake flat made with cornmeal or flour rice, similar to Colombian and Venezuelan arepas. Don't get them confused though. El Salvador has declared that the national dish of El Salvador is pupusas, and they are celebrated. We're going to tell you a fun fact about those. Pupusas are usually stuffed with ingredients such as cheese, refried beans, pork, squash. They are traditionally accompanied by curtido, a tangy cabbage slaw, and tomato salsa. Making pupusas could be simple, could be not. It just depends. Again, you have to be crafty. The process of making pupusas involves creating a masa dough with warm water stuffed with your filling and the cooking of it in the grill. Gotta have the perfect temperature. The result is a delicious savory that is just fulfilling and flavorful. I don't know if you ever had one, but if you do, drop a comment.
I know that you are definitely enjoying this episode today. Subscribe to the channel, leave us a comment, give us a thumbs up, and now back to the episode.
Pupusas in modern times and contemporary popularity. Today, pupusas have gained global recognition and are popular internationally as a cuisine and dishes all over. Restaurants and food trucks worldwide offer the unique take of the Salvadorian delight, introducing a new filling and fusion all over the world. So you don't have to have the regular pupusas nowadays. Pupusas continue to evolve while retaining their traditional roots, making them a cherished dish across the culture. Now, pupusa as a cultural and embedment within the community, within the Latino community. Pupusas represent the resilient creativity and cultural pride of El Salvador. They remain an integral part of the national celebration and cultural identity. Some fun facts about pupusas. El Salvador and Honduras both claim to have been the birthplace of pupusas. That's just what the internet says, people. Don't come after me. You tell me. If you know, let me know. Before civilization, pupusas were vegetarian and made with corn masa, squash, blossom, herbs, and mushrooms. That's before colonizing. Pupusas are the national dish of El Salvador, as I mentioned earlier, if you didn't know. And National Pupusa Day is celebrated on the second Sunday of November in El Salvador, where pupusas originated. The day is known as Día Nacional de la Pupusa. Again, Salvador claims, and they have a national day. Just to recap the episode of today, once again, we covered the delicious, amazing taste of pupusas. If you never had a pupusa before, I don't know what you're waiting for. Go try it right now. It's debated as far as where the origination came from, but it goes back all the way to 2,000 years ago, and the popularity in modern day is crazy. It's like pretty much you can't go anywhere without having a pupusa, trying a pupusa, having a pupusa. If you never had, I don't know what you're waiting for. Highly recommend. Go try out Pupusa right now. And again, don't forget to subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a comment. Let us know how we're doing on the podcast, on the solo episodes that we're doing now. Check out the website. We have merchandise. Join us on social media for any updates that we have. We post pretty much every day. And again, we thank you so much for enjoying. Big shout out going out to El Salvador. We're going to be playing some Salvadorian beats, hopefully with no copyright infringements here. There's YouTube. And again, we truly appreciate you tuning in. We're doing a solo episode, trying to bring them back, kind of add different content to the channel and keep those fun, just global land factor elements that we have, because we have so much history as far as Latinos. Pupusas being one of them, a staple that is all over the world. When we're talking about the global land factor, that's what we mean. We're all over the place with our contributions, such as pupusas. Pupusas became as a humble, just small, delicious dish, and then evolved to something that is global now. So that is amazing. Again, subscribe. Thank you very much for joining on another episode of the Global Land Factor podcast, where we talk about Latino everything. Be sure to subscribe today. Join us. Check out the merchandise that we have. Grab yourself a beautiful shirt. And again, remember that we are just like you. We are humans. We are the spice in this melting pot that it is the world. Till next time.
Thank you very much for checking out this episode of the Global Land Factor podcast. Make sure you go and subscribe to the channel and check out one of the other episodes that we have prepared for you. Thank you very much. Till next time.
Walks like a pedo, but in fact is a flamingo. Coming to Havana and reflecting